Okay, this is the fun part. So I have been using beacons actually for over a year, but what I have not done with beacons is optimized and really utilized all of the amazing features just at the very basic level. So I've got with me today an amazing professional who I met in 2018. She became a client then. Little did I know she'd become an amazing friend, but just someone who I, you know, not just worked with, I've seen the full 360, and I think it's really important to talk about that in the business world. And recently, I've become so much more strategic in my offerings, what I do. Life has changed a lot. And so I was sharing with some of my business colleagues how I'm utilizing this and why. So the reason Janet's here today is I'm going to approach Beacons Pro. I'm going to give the use cases, the pros and cons that I see so far. And then I'm going to share my strategy with Janet, and we're going to kind of do a bit of a run through on this. I will be utilizing beacons for my one funnel in a day, a digital product in a day. I'm going to be taking you through some of the things. Now, I've got over my platforms, and actually, what I love about this is I have over 4,000 digital products. I have over 155 AI tools. I'm a professional that's worked in a number of markets, from technology to consulting. And I was speaking to Janet, I think last week, was it Janet? She's muted. And I was talking about the fact that I'm going to have to build a spider funnel, or like a master funnel, that brings everything together. And working with my technical team, I think they couldn't see the vision. Now, I have been brought on as a brand ambassador, and I was looking at my tech stack. And as you can see, they've got collabs. So I'm about to go to the platform now to kind of take you through the run through. So they've got brand collabs, and I want to first talk about the strategy that I use. So on my website, we have an awful lot of pages, and taking customers or prospects through the customer journey, it's really important that they have that whole discovery sense of understanding that you can help them, looking at what you offer, taking them from the freebies. And I honestly have not found a platform that does all of that. And I spent 2 days immersing myself. Actually, as I said, I signed up over a year ago, definitely hadn't been using it for this. Was on the quest, as I said to Janet, to bring all of my content together. I must be honest, I'm terrible manifesting generator. I'm just really great at creating, but I'm really in a stage of wanting to focus on monetizing all of those products. And my team, we're kind of working around where the gaps are. And one of the massive gaps are bringing things in together, categorizing them, helping helping founders, startups, ventures from that beginner level to the growing and scaling level, bringing that ascension model all together. And I finally found the thing that helps. So building out the strategy is really important. So what do I mean by building out the strategy? So let me explain some of the features, and I'm going to show you this window. Do remind me, we're going to come back to this, because you're going to see something on the screen right now. This has as you can see, a full-on screen with lots of things. This is a strategy, and this is what I call optimizing your subtitle. So we're going to come back to that. Now, I have a few websites, so I'll take you to them. I'm going to be doing a full behind the scenes on really how to monetize not just your knowledge, expertise, and experience, but also your products, and how to bring to life dead old content that you think is dead but actually could help someone. So I use a number of tools that have really helped me, and yes, AI has taken things forward. But I spoke to a colleague the other day, and people are always suggesting things. I'm always being asked to test things, and I said, no offense, this may be good for you right now, but I'm knowing what to say no to. I want utter immersion until it's monetized, so I can take it to the split test. It's really important for me. I do have a split test in AI. So it helps you to look at, okay, what worked better with a particular audience, or what do you need to take to the next level? And that is how I'm approaching this setup and the platform. So number one, I'm going to take you through some of the features and how I chose to do this. So beacons, I want to show you number one, the account levels. So far, I only set up, and half of these are my colleagues, but some of them have been on my platform. So the first thing I did when I connected these and decided to take this seriously was say, okay, I'm going to upgrade to Pro in 4 weeks because I want to understand what I've done with the bottom level of the features before moving it to the next level. So 2 months free by going annual. You can see some of the pros that you get. Now, I just think this is amazing for what you get at the free level. So at Pro, you can remove the logo and you can have like your own domain and customized store. Now, they speak about the media kit and that stuff, but you do still have access to this. This is how I came onto this platform. There are 0 frees at Pro. You get order bumps, and the truth be told, I've got a lot of tech stacks, so I have these things, but this is just amazing for people who don't have these. For some of my done in a day, you can see you've got memberships, fan requests, so you can accept, you know, multiple different levels. You've got video. There's just so much that you can get. So take the time to go through the platform and, you know, look at all these things that are really pertinent. I also want to talk about favicons. I think a lot of people don't understand that favicons is branding. So I want to talk about some of the other things I kind of did, and where I had to go, and just give like an example of one of my products. So I'm just making sure that I've got some of the spreadsheets up and some of the other products, because I just want to show you how you can do that. I'll get that ready for the next screen. And while I'm doing that, I just want to share that don't wait to be perfect. Don't overthink it. I didn't overthink it. In fact, I just got the things up, just thinking of obviously quality assurance and branding, making sure it at least was on par with my colors. There were a few things that I needed to do, like banners. I didn't realize that my picture would show twice. So I went back and did those things. But honestly, you don't have to be looking at it like that. So I'm going to come back to home. So the first things that you want to do are you want to connect all of your profiles. Just want to double check. Janet, can you see the home screen? Because often these things don't work and you're recording and it's not working.
Yes, I can see your home screen.
Wonderful. So I've really been going also in on my TikTok. I mean, from an absolutely dead profile, to 460 new kind of followers across for the last month, which is something for me because I don't usually do that. So it's been really good. As you can see, this time before I didn't have that. So once you connect your platforms, it will allow you to connect, you know, different ones. You can choose what you want. Now, please double check this, because I was like, as I navigated the platforms, like, but I've already added this. Like, what is that about? As you can see here, then at the top of my page, when you manage the page, you can also add the links here. So it will say add a block, and out of this block, you'll do a few things. So I'll explain my logic between the kind of customer journey. So you can add things like testimonials, brand images, email forms. I'm not into music, so that's not my thing. Live events, so I'm going to be doing that as well. I didn't even realize, like, this is just ridiculous. I don't have this platform, by the way. You can offer brand deals, so you can add a media kit. So yeah, I'm going to do that on the homepage. I'll show you what that looks like. So you can see here, you'll put your name, what the call to action is, and you will customize the media kit on what it takes to do a brand deal with you. So I'll just go back. I'm doing that for the purpose of the video. Just remember, on your homepage, we're going to go back. I'm going to take you back because it took me some time to get this. So the homepage is like the connections that you've added. So I also applied to be an affiliate that you can see they're reviewing, but I don't know what that really is, because when you join, you'll see that I'm actually an affiliate already. So you'll see that. You can see my tracking list already is just ridiculous. I only added these yesterday. So what's also amazing, as you can see, is that I've got a product listed here. It can help you with AI to generate the email. Can you believe this? Just like, honestly, to generate the email, which is the follow-up. So it does automation for you. Yeah. So I just want to make sure, Janet, can you see this on the screen?
Yes, I can see it. Yeah.
Wonderful. So just want to talk about what's happening here. Now, many people don't think of the full customer journey. So I remember meeting customers. I think this was one of the things with you, Jan, when we first met. It was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? It's that touch point, making a purchase, what they get after the purchase, even post-purchase. How do you get in, keep in contact with them? Now, I must be honest, I'm taking my setup of this platform in stages by stages. So this video is kind of focused on the strategy and taking the kind of full setup on how you best approach it. As I say that, I think I want to just double check and extend the invite, because I believe that if I don't extend the invite, we are likely to lose the recording for this, because it'll probably try to update it because it thinks the video is finished. So I'll just do this for us for the video. Wonderful. So we'll keep going. Yeah. So number one, you can see it is optimized. So all I've given it is one link, is a video funnel. Okay. Sorry, it is a link, is a funnel, not a video. Apologies. So I've given it a link to a funnel, which is one of my offers. Okay. Now I'm telling you this on purpose because this link is not hosted on the platform. You can add external links. So I think you really need to take time to read the platform, because at the beginning of using it, the language made me think that these are brands and I can't use my own. And to be fair, that stopped me for using this for a year. So then I went in, I was like, well, you know, I can just try something. And I was able to add my own external link. So it's taken that external link and it's used AI to generate, you know, it's used whatever color in it's found to generate an offer. So now I'm going to start creating that sequence. Now, remember, I'm not paying for this yet. This is all on the free level. So you can see this is my sales page. All it's got is a link. And so what it's done is it's taken the email, the graphic, and it's created an email. And so from the sales page, it's taken all of this. And as you can see, it's creating offers and emails based on my product suite, all for free. Okay. And it's them actually upselling my other offers to them here. So I'm going to go for this one. And then it says ready to send. Obviously, I need to work through it. And you can customize the broadcast. Sorry, I've got a touch screen, so it's taking some time. Introducing. So just to kind of show you the back end, I don't want to go through the whole of that, but it's drag and drop, and you can see it's got the plus here, and then you can move through it. Then it's got the other things in my store, and I'm really happy with that. So you can send a test, and you're going to send a test to yourself. Now, you can stop off at that level. You don't have to do that. But for me, I do want that automation piece. So it says there will be, I mean, this is just amazing. Like my own email host doesn't do this. So it says try rewriting it. So, I mean, what the hell? I'm going to save that. And then it says it's still detecting it. Try rewriting it. Okay, let's see if we can generate with AI for free. But you do need to see something. So I just want you to notice that it says upgrade app. So I don't want to speculate, but sometimes it's going to point things out in order to push you towards moving from freemium to pro. So you need to take your own kind of thought process on this. It will not allow you to do this. I've obviously sent the test to myself. Apologies. One thing I've just done with this platform is just click around until I'm, until I'm happy. As you can see here, it doesn't let you move to the next step unless you do this. Now, I'm going to drop out of this level and come back to this because this is just for the purpose of the of the account setup. And I haven't explored email in depth because I have my own email triggers. As I said to you before, you can see you get the opportunity to send 50 free emails. So they're going to try and push you. I mean, on freemium, and then that's fine. I'm happy. I will be moving to pro, but I want to see what I can set up at the free level, because with these platforms, quite often I know people, even myself, been paying for software for years and years and not using it to its full capacity. So this time I wanted to go the other way around and build as I grow. So yeah, you can see the emails to engage fans. You can see it's got other things that it's already generated. I did none of this. It's done it itself. So I just want to move Speechio. So this is an accessibility tool. We're going to get rid of that. Good. Okay, so now I just want to recap and come back to the fact. One of the things is it's a really great platform, but there's a lot of features and it can get a little overwhelming. So one of the obvious places that I started was home. We're going to come back to that because there's lots to do at the top level. Now, as I mentioned, the reasons why it asks you to add these social platforms here, because there are other places you can add your social platforms, is it uses that to look at the sentiment. So the kind of tone and voice of your platforms to provide those AI generations. And it uses single sign-on. So it uses like that login or your account information in order to then get that information and go past that security step, just so you understand. So just work through. One of the reasons that I went in and did this was it was just showing like the favicons of the platform didn't really look on brand. And I already was having still the beacon logo. So decided to really take the time to put my pictures and go through it. So you should take the time to kind of go through that kind of thing. And as you can see, it's talking about account information and so forth. Now, I do use push notifications. So when I get a sale, I want to know. And then I did start tuning my platform. So create a profile to improve AI. So tuning complete, as you can see. I did it. It was great. What is tuning? So it's when, as I said, they use a sentiment. Based on that, it came up with some really great things. So it did the suggestions for my bio. A lot of them, like all their suggestions were really on par. Really saved a ton of time. It was great. So I do suggest using that feature. It then provided me with like some hooks. Now, just another thing. I am obviously an AI strategist. I understand a lot of the tools. For someone that is not technical, don't beat yourself up. So what I did was I opened a Word document adjacent to the platform on the next tab. And when a suggestion came up, just in case if I press no, some of them were really good. I just copied and pasted and dumped it on that document. So do that while you're doing it. It really helps to just, move forward. So another thing I've done is taken this platform chunk by chunk. And one of the most pertinent pieces for me, I'll come back to that, was data. So the tracking pixels and all of that stuff. Now, you don't want to overdo it. What you can see and will see is all of my funnels already have the tracking pixels because I'm using external links. However, I do still want that data added into my platform from the other features and interactions that I have. So I'm purposely not showing this page because we are adding these tomorrow. It's a bank holiday here in the UK. This will be an evergreen video, so I won't talk about the year. Well, you can see it on the screen, but the point being, is really important if you're using these platforms, even if you don't have the time, that you are building a data-driven business. Most people are just kind of throwing spaghetti at the walls, but don't do that, because honestly, it just helps you with messaging, targeting, imagery. It, like, the deeper you get into data, the deeper you get into the riches. So I sent this email. You can do something like this to yourself. And the technical lady in my team, I said, look, can we have a session to get all the tracking pixels in one place and just to get this set up and all the UTM parameters and like everything that I want to use. So build a data strategy, not just around this, but around all your platforms. Now, second most important is all of the kind of integrations you have. Now, I don't use Zoom anymore, but I could do that. That's if you're using things like membership and courses, which is just dope, and I will do it. But I don't use Zoom, so I've got to think around that. I don't use Shopify, and I really want to reach out to them because I use Thrivecart. And so there are some limitations of the platform, but as I said, I've worked around that. As you can see, what is amazing is when someone gets an email, it comes from the platform and shows as you, which is just like amazing. I live in the UK, so just in case people have kind of been click happy and going from platform to platform, because what I want is them to kind of go from TikTok to this platform and not leave my page. So for any people who are like familiar with bounce rate, is you really, if someone is going through your content, so I'm averaging 12 minutes, they're literally clicking, going through something, opting in. And another thing I'm going to talk about is making sure someone opens it in an outside tab. Just so important. So many people underestimate this feature. It's the point that when you click something, they're never going to go back. People get busy, they're never going to come back to it. So if they open it in another window, like they've still got your stuff open. So yeah, double opt-in because of GDPR in the UK, really important. So when I talk about a platform strategy, it's how you're approaching everything. I will build a platform strategy checklist. I'm just writing this down because, you know, it's got to be useful for everybody. You want to have your SEO strategy. And so again, they've done certain things, which I think is clever. It's locked in at Pro. So this allows me to look at the things. So what I'm doing is I've decided, based on the analytics over the month that I'm testing this, I will then build my strategy and then look at the relevant, because as you can see, I've categorized it. I've got a lot of content. I don't want to use keywords that are not fit for purpose based on the limitations of 155 characters. Oh, and we'll come back to plans. Let's look at plans because whilst it's up. So, I mean, let's be honest, for free, you get an awful lot. I'm loving the platform. It is 9% seller fees, but remember, I'm doing external links, so I get to keep it. Now, for 10, you get to unlimited imaging. I'm not using image generation, so, you know, I don't know what that's like. You can hide the logo. You can customize the product links. The most important thing that really I want to offer is the opportunity for people to have buy now, pay later. So it's not, and the SEO and marketing features are the best thing for me. Now, for people who want storefronts, I mean, you get unlimited memberships, unlimited emails. I mean, I think it's brilliant. I personally have some of these features on other platforms, but I think if you're just starting as a creator I just have an aversion to monthly fees, and I prefer annual fees. Because for some people, they don't make the money. They run into hard times and they lose everything they've worked for. It really makes me upset. So I try to build as much as Janet will know as I work, kind of building stacks upon building stacks, so you don't lose out on everything. So, I mean, £90 a month looks amazing. You know, you get your own Google Workspace, like white glove on board, all of that sounds amazing. But I just don't need that. So we'll go back. That gives me time during the free level. And Janet, I hope you're going through these bits as we're doing this. I don't know, how's it going for you at the moment? Are you keeping up?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's really,
Brilliant.
really good for you to speak through things as I'm clicking through. So yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, so really important, and you really want to spend some time on this. As I looked at the disclaimers, went through all of this, so important. So number one, do you need to display the content warning? So is it age specific? Mine isn't. Are you know, is there any information that people need to know? I didn't need that, but I do want people to have a cookie notice, particularly in my country. Terms and conditions took me a long time, but because what I did was I used my own AI. So I'm actually going to go to show you another thing that I've done, because I have my own personal brand agent. So I'm going to stay here for now, and I'm going to go over to that and then just show what I did as a co-companion to help me support the kind of setup of this store. So I'm going to switch between tabs again. So we're here, and as you can see, I've got sales, stakeholders, and business development. So anything that I'm kind of using to help me with a store, I've programmed this chat with. So when I added this to my product store, I came to it and told it, these are what I need. This is what I need. On the product listing page, there are 3 preset headings, which is pre-heading wording, subtitle, and buttons. So I wanted to ensure that the ones that they had generated, they weren't optimized. They weren't conversion friendly. And I know that people don't have much time. You want to get it targeted into the actual product. So my marketing team in a box. So that's why I say subtitles, listings, and headings, they're a strategy, right? So that's what I did with this. I then, after doing that, it kind of started generating me some. Okay, so just to say, you want to have a strategy around doing that. So we're going to go back to beacons. So with this in mind, I went to my chat and my business chat GPT, because I have a business co-agent, and I already have terms. So I went to my terms on the store, and I gave it the prompt and said, I am now setting up a new online store. These are the headings for the terms and conditions. This is exactly what I need. And this is what it generated. So I just edited it. So if you do not have that, so it's just to say you don't want to duplicate what's already done. If you've got things that are kind of prepared, i.e. you've got a website terms and conditions that doesn't include things like courses or whatever, then just personalize and customize it. So that's what I did. I customized it so it's got like AI tools, digital tools, whatever. And then I just checked it and I enabled it, because I do not want any refunds. I want people to have a great experience. There's almost bogus people out there, and you want to cover yourself. So important. Okay, when it comes to brand and appearance, again, I wasn't like, I didn't go overboard. I just wanted it sleek, just wanted to approach it. But you can do that here. Again, you can see here, you can do things that are more customized when you're at pro. Now, this is the logo. I completely forgot I even did this. Like, I should, you can see, I didn't even bother to do this. But anyway, you can go and update your logo. For now, that's okay for me. We'll come back. But you can do the other bits at Pro, as you can see. Payments are so important. Now, I connected my Stripe. Now, at this level, at Pro, it will allow you to go into Stripe and add the domain. I did click here. I did add Apple Pay, but it doesn't kick in until you are Pro. And then you can see I've gone down all of this, and then you can add your own banking. Custom domain, again, you can do all of that at Pro. Now, these are the platforms that are connected at this level. On your profile, you can add your additional levels. You'll see at the top of my page, I've got blog, I've got all of them, Pinterest, everything. I want people to have a full-on experience, but those connections come later. I'm saying that on purpose. I don't have any plans or billing right now, so you can see it's asking me to upgrade, and that is purposely. And then it comes to my account. So it's telling me who I am. I did add the video. If you're a business, if you're faceless, add your profile. Create a profile, start tuning. I've already done that. And then push notifications. And then you're ready to go. Janet, are you okay with settings? Because I'm going to move on to audience.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Thank you. Brilliant.
Yeah, great. And I obviously need to add my name. I haven't done that. So audience. So again, I haven't done any audience. Remember, I haven't officially launched this. You can import from an email list, and again, I'll do that with my team. I think there are benefits to that because you can engage with them, particularly if you're not using your email list the best that you can from subscribers. But again, you need to check your GDPR to see if you can do this. So I'm not going to advise you. Then you've got groups, okay? All subscribers, community people, inactives. There's none of this. You can build a strategy around this. The dynamic audience are the people that opt in. Then you remember you've got community from fans and things like that. You can make your new groups. So group 2, group whatever. We haven't built the strategy for that yet. So think about it. Forms. So you can have forms to embed on your website. I mean, this is free. This is ridiculous. What's going on? And these are like sign up forms for subscribers to kind of sign up and get involved. Again, if you're just starting out, could you imagine? And then just embed this. I would do this on and look at this, you've got post submission, you can do website to post submission. I would do this and embed it into my blogs to say, here, come and join my new store. Sign up to get email updates directly from me about new products. And I totally will be doing this. You can hear that my mind is percolating. So I'm going to be doing that in my next blog. But I'm like, the forms are ridiculous. And as I said, this platform just has so many hidden gems on it. So yeah, you can see the forms are here. Banner, subscribe, new, done with you right this morning. So again, then you've got memberships, you've got the different areas of that, but that is under audience. And again, I think there's so many elements of this platform that are maybe not titled as right. So you've got to dig because there's really great things here. I love starting platforms at zero because my aim is to get this platform to 6 figures. So I want to see how it goes. I'm going to be driving ads to it. And of course, people talk about driving things to your own platforms. Remember, I've got my own links there. Before you do drive any ads, make sure you've got your data and your analytics and tracking on point, or you're going to be wasting money. So there's no sales right now. But remember, one of the things I want to understand is, can it track the sales? I mean, so far, woohoo, this is good. I opened this. As you can see, this is from the 13th to the 20th. Like, my click rate is so much better than it is on my usual platform. This is where people are going so far. I've just shared this to a number of my stories. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good. Now, what I love about these analytics is it will help you to optimize. Remember what I said? Your headings and subtitle options, because if you've got this is what I had at the beginning. It doesn't help people, but as you start to look at, free resource, let's have a look. Resources and recommendations. I don't know that people even click in these. Yeah, I've just added it. So directly, these are the kind of views this happen. I've just and some are coming from TikTok. I didn't even know this. I literally just added it to TikTok yesterday. And I added it to TikTok last night, and I'm showing you the click rates is pretty good. Looking at this now, why I love this is people underestimate devices. Now, I utilize something called UX microcopy. So UX microcopy is for digital interfaces. It's like a small mobile. It gives you more targeted messaging to use in such a small environment. So that is one of the products I'm selling in my store. But what it will do is, if people are using mobile, you don't want to be using these long-winded words that can go across a laptop screen. But in a mobile environment space, you want that conversion. And then it looks like people are doing it on the laptop, and that's probably me. But their locations, I mean, what people don't realize is how much I love locations, because it helps you with copy, messaging, the kind of language you use, just needing to understand. So I'm going to keep coming back. I'm that geek that looks at traffic and stuff like that, and analytics. Like, I'm all about that game. It helps you. Now, website, I didn't add the website. I have not got a website on here. I've chosen to keep my website separate. So sales analytics, some of the stores are getting, well, didn't know that. Good God. Yeah. Now the appointment one, it hasn't been set up yet. I've just been looking at products. So I can see this, as you can see, it's got no views. It's telling me product by product and the source of where it's coming from. So if it's coming from Beacons, you know it's yourself. And again, the country. Yeah. Now socials. This is where it's telling you like your followers and stuff like that. It's telling you the days. So like if you're getting things on more days, then you're probably going to put a class on. It's just, I think the analytics for this platform is really freaking amazing. So please get stuck in. Like, yeah. Janet, any questions about analytics and what you're used to?
I have to admit, I am blown away by the analytics. Right? And that's because I say I struggle. If you've got it on Google Analytics, so you've got it somewhere, just to have a look at that table can look overwhelming. This simplifies it. I really love this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, sure. So brand collabs is something that you want to come back to. And you can see my platform is 43% complete because I just got so caught up in the other stuff. I'm taking this week by week. I'm going to briefly come over to it. So if you are big, you've got big followers on big platforms, you're going to want to do this. Now, there is one issue as I came across a con. My Instagram is actually linked to Facebook and I can't log in to Instagram because for some reason I've been having problems with that damn platform for someone trying to access it, and it will not, for the love of life, allow me to come back. So you want to look at all your categories and really optimize it. Now, remember I spoke to you about all of like my kind of other optimized chats or agents on Chat GPT. That's what I'll sit down and use it for. Right now, my mind is just blown on the rest of the things. So I have started doing this. I just need to kind of finish up. And remember, you want to make sure it's targeted. So for instance, on this page, you're looking at making sure that it's more creator focused as opposed to the business, right? So what makes you an attractive prospect for someone out there? So I'm open, as you can see, my brand deals are paid partnerships, virtual events like UGC, and I've had a lot of people reach out on TikTok. So where do you get your brand notifications? You can add family members if anyone helps you. That looks like it's underpaid, or this will be displayed on the media kit. So this is a inbuilt media kit on your own platform. I mean, you know. Here you can add case studies. Again, phenomenal. I started getting ready with this. This was a personal project, whatever not, but this really allows you to take this to the next level. This is important for me because moving forward, I will only be promoting my website and this for certain kind of connections. So if I've got a speaking engagement and people want to buy my products, because I've optimized this so much, my website will be of no use to them because of what I'm doing. So now for me, it's really important that I optimize this, thinking of long-term goals, my aims. And so the case studies, again, will be likewise. Brand names to feature people. I've worked with Psychology's magazine. I've worked with a lot of brands, so I'll be putting them here. Think about these things. You could also add your rate. So that's what I've been looking at. Again, I have an AI called AI Price Architect. Don't underprice yourself. Research the market. Make sure your contracts have got you. And always add a minimum rate and a maximum rate. I am going all in on this platform. So yeah, and that's where I'll send people. Right now, I don't think it's as targeted. If someone wants to kind of do the brand deal on my website, you know, a lot of people don't set themselves up. I'm all about monetizing from the back end. So doing all of these things at the back end. So many people underestimate this. They just focus on promotions and visibility, and that's not it to make money. So now I showed you briefly about marketing on here. So it's like my open rate's 100 because I was the only person that opted in. This is my testing. So also, as you saw at the beginning, it spoke about the spam. So some platforms have more sensitivities when you're doing things like maybe using a VPN. If their exchange is in another country, so it's likely to say spam because I am in the UK and this is an American site. So think about these things when doing that. I have chosen for this time to keep my email marketing separate. And that takes us to affiliates. So I've obviously applied to be a brand for all of these other brands, it looks like. So I get it. These are the collections. And these are the brands that will be available to you. That's none because I've only applied. So I'll come back and talk about that. Products. So this is just like, whoo, this is where I spent my night. Like I need to get out more. But when it comes to things like this, people know I don't mess about. So it can give you AI content generation. You can remove this. You can have favicons. But as you know, I told you that I did this. I added my own. I'm going to take you through adding your own. Now, a major con for this is that it is only allowing you, when you do an external link, to add your price as dollars, which means poor old me was on my phone constantly on the calculator because I was keeping it as the same price. And I was like, legally, if I'm doing it as UK £77, which is what this is the only one that I need to go back to. But if you look at this, I need to ensure that it's in UK pounds. So it doesn't alienate others, but I'm covering my own back, right? And I also added my freebie. So as I said, build a strategy around this. When I see a store with something free, there's a psychology behind that. Snag a deal, consumer behavior or business owner behavior. So I did that. You get the opportunity to pin products. So I pinned that. I pinned other things that I think are working. For instance, if I'm going to have like a promotion for the month, I'll go ahead and unpin, other products and pin other things. But for now, I mean, I have a lot of products and a lot of them were literally just stuck on my platform. So I'm going to go into this one. This tells you that it's unlisted. I'll tell you why. You can go ahead and also list it into the other products. So that is now been listed as well on the home page. Remember, I spoke about building your strategy. So that's going to also be listed on the home page. For now, it shows in your products as an external link. Okay. Now, this was when I was adding a product as a digital download on their platform. So I'm going to come back and talk about that and what it looks like. And this again is the client assessment connection from their store. They've got a community, so they kind of give you examples, but I can clearly see that people haven't built strategies around, and I mean, how to build your first course on there is pretty, should probably look at that one, but there's no strategy around the wording and the planning. So have a look at it, look at appointment types, and get a good understanding of things like this. Look at this. I think that's a great thing, is actually having something in the actual image, right? It's a good idea, right? So build your strategy before just going on and doing it. There's courses. So again, this one, I mean, anyway, I don't want to look at or critique anyone, because I think anyone taking a chance is doing something amazing. So what I'm saying is just approach it for yourself, like having the name on the product. I've just got my products as the name, and then you might want to talk about it. The issue that you've got though, so you can see it hits it. I'm doing it here. Listing status, digital products. Yeah, so you can see. So after you've added it, you want to make sure that, so that one's definitely done. You want to make sure that everything is listed in the page. Okay, that it just seems that there are some elements that are a little bit repetitive, but you know what? It's free. I'm loving it. I'm not going to complain. So I can see all of these are listed. Let's have a look. Yep. And then I want to show you what it looks like when you do take it onto the next tab. Yeah. So let's have a look at one as an example. Okay, so I'm going to open this in the new tab. Remember, I've said that that is an absolute strategy. And then I'm going to come on to this, and I'm going to share this tab instead. So this is my sales page. And so it's taken you out. I don't know if you can see the actual URL, but as I said, I already have tracking on all my pages. That's why the data is so important, right? So it opens it in a new tab, and that person makes a sale. Now I'm coming back to the store. If they hit the actual product, they will get, just 1 second, digital products. So you need to just double check that it's listed, because we're going to go to the store in a second just to do, you do need to double check things. And it says listed digital products. So this is the link in bio, by the way. So remember I spoke about the link in bio and why it's important. It's unlisted, and that's in digital products. Link in bio. So we're going to go to link in bio because the store can take some time to optimize. It really does take you some time. I don't have any product reviews. You can add your own here, but I'm now going to go to the next place that took me a lot of time in optimizing and building out. So I think what I want to do is take you to number one, what mine looks like, so you can see, and then building the strategy behind it. So this is where mine is. I've made 2 referrals between yesterday and today. You can see, I'll come back to these, but yeah, you can see it. If I claim this, it will be under pro. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm just going to take a moment to have some water. Janet, how's it going for you? Please tell me before I move on to the next one.
Yeah, no, it's been really good going through with you, just clicking on different things, having a better understanding as well. So this is saving time rather than just clicking around. You're giving us context and background whilst I'm clicking around as well. So thank you. Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, I'm ready. So I'm going to share this tab instead, just so that you can see what I'm seeing. So this is what it looks like when someone visits your page. I tested it, as you saw. So they'll get to subscribe, which is awesome. They'll get to accept. And this is what I spoke about before in designing my banner. So I previously had a banner which had my picture here, had something around here, and it wasn't a great experience. Now, remember I spoke about before the social links. This is why it's so important, because someone can easily just email you, drop onto your TikTok. They literally can have the whole experience, and it's just awesome. I could take them to my podcast. Now, if you're joining at the free level, why this is good is you may not be able to add all the headings. So you can see, as I've done, this is what I've done to try and take and package and categorize my services. Now, if I go to digital products, you can see this is where I'm adding to the link in bio. Sorry, it's not the link in bio. I'm going to show you the link in bio. So there's like 2 headings, which can be a bit confusing, which I've learned, because what I was almost doing was adding lots of different links. So it became confusing. So naming and the optional subtitle is so important. And then I decided to add like programs and events. Now, remember again, I spoke about optimizing things. This isn't optimized. This is when I was just adding it, right? You don't want that extra information that's pulled over because you've added an external link. What you want for someone is things like this. Is it like what's the price? Like things that help them, right? And if they're evergreen, that's fine. Just go in. The other thing it does is like the drag and drop. So what I'll do as a call to action is if I'm doing a live and I tell someone, hey, go to my link in bio, go to programs and events, and it's the first one at the top, you can just drag and drop them. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Oopsie, I've taken myself to a power hour. But you can just drag and drop them between those different tabs. So it means you can just, every time you're optimizing, you're not having to build. For me, the reason why this is important, I've got a lot of products and I'm really busy and I seldom get downtime. So in downtime like this, I want to optimize as much as I can. That being said, because I know everything's there, I don't have, it can be evergreen. I don't constantly have to keep going into building something new. So for instance, this AI bootcamp is amazing because all I need to do is add the new dates to the funnel. If it's going to be a newer date, a date that's, I don't know, another date that's not offering a full-on event, I can just duplicate this tab and then add the date, you know, March's, April's, June's, whatever. Keeping this as like the general homepage, I'm going to come back to this again, as I mentioned about having a strategic subtitle. Now, before I was pulling in what was on the website, but this doesn't help people in their decision making. So then I looked at, okay, what kind of tabs are going to help people going, you know, just down the full listing without having to go down the whole, you know, the whole rabbit hole. It's a lot. And then I came to this one, and that's when I kind of kept this as everything. So the first one, this is actually the homepage. If you want, you can keep it called your homepage, but this is generally where your title will be. Your title has to be capitals. Try to get around that. I didn't really like it aesthetically. At the moment, I'm thinking of the customer journey and me wanting to keep someone here as long as possible to help them. It reduces friction, backwards and forwards emailing, can eliminate some of the know, like, and trust. So in this stage, what I'm aiming to do is allow them to kind of work out who I am, what I do, the services I can help them with, and then take them through. Now, do you remember when I spoke about the links? This is where I think it's just so amazing. So you get to add these links, okay? So remember when I spoke about emoticons and having the ugly images? If you don't upload the image, this is what it starts to look like. And it's not very nice, right? So that is the reason that I started adding and making sure that I added my own images. So this works as a master page. Now, do you remember when it said link in bio on the product page? This is where it adds them, right? So it's a good idea to have them. Then remember, I spoke about how you can drag and drop where things show. Now, I'd have loved when I wanted to work with someone back in the day that I could like go through this whole experience without having to go to lots of places. So I've just learned that I can add these here, which is brilliant. But do I necessarily want them to be above things like testimonials? So look, you can add, and Janet, you're here. Look at that. Do I want them to feature there? I don't know. So you decide that. You can add like paywall things for like someone buying you a coffee. You're going to buy me a coffee, Jam. Someone going to buy me a coffee. But the point being, if you are promoting stuff, you want to get it all in one place. And of course, remember that media kit we were talking about? It's here once you develop it. So this really helps you to think about, can you see now? I get shown the media kit. Sorry about this. I'm going back. Oh, I seem to have lost it. Am I here? No, where am I? I can see the red. So let me just come back. I want to go back. So anyway, you can see the media kit. Now, remember, it's whatever social platforms you've connected, it's going to be showing that in the media kit. So if you do have anything else, you want to say that within the wording if you have other platforms and other connections. Yeah. So remember, I spoke about this is what it looks like. I'm now going to take you back to the place that you set it all up. Are you with me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Let's come back. Okay, I do love this platform. So remember when I spoke to you about all the headings and everything? Oh my god, it was a little bit of a game. It was a process. Let's just say it was a process. So you can see I've got digital products here. Remember I said, oh, I don't know if I want them where they are. So I'm gonna drag my testimonials just above that. Okay. Now, I also think it could be a tad bit confusing in the way they've done stuff. So you saw me do the media kit. Now, someone may want support, okay? And that's to support you, apologies. And that is buy me a coffee, okay? And how inflation's going up, I might put that up. But the point being, they can buy me a coffee. So that's how they can support you, okay? YouTube, I'm going to take you, let's take you through everything. So contact form is pretty easy. For me, the kind of preset, the presets were very basic for me. I wanted a bit more. So on the other form, on this form, I added different things. So I redirected them. So when someone submits, it allows you to redirect somewhere. And I redirected to the main website. You've got a success message that is preset, so you don't have to do that. They can subscribe. Now, on this page, the landing page, I've kept it very basic. On the other page, I've added things like location and the custom field, which I added was just the web. I might do it on here just to show you. So custom field, and then you drop down the custom field and you want to name it. So it's website. Yeah. So, and it saves it instantaneously as you're working. Right? So email, website, and you might want telephone number. Some people prefer phone number. So that's what will be in that form. Can you see? It will show as it populates, it shows here. Yeah. And some people actually want a bit of narrative. I've just realized that I actually want another custom field. So I want another custom field. Because who wants someone to message them without any content? My computer seems to be add a field. Right, so it's not letting you add if you've got one already. But what I would like for that is something like a comment box, because yeah. Anyway, we're going to go back. It tells you your responses, who's done it, submissions, all your audience, response destinations. So you can use your own, but at the moment it's only Zapier and MailChimp. I'm loving it. I'm not going to do this. Well, I wouldn't do that for GDPR, but then remember, you can set up automations. And another thing, if one thing I haven't been able to utilize, you can get those instant responses on Instagram. It can send a lead magnet as an instant response. So it can do these campaigns for you. It's ridiculous. But look, you can set like an instant response. Someone purchases. Automation is a whole nother strategy, right? So you can start from scratch. You can go back to it. I'm coming there. Remember what we said? I've got one set up at the moment. I'm coming. So I'm going to go back to home. Back to LinkedIn profile. So yeah, just keep clicking. Another hack that I found is like go into this one. It will take you between them. What I found is you can only have 5 different blocks based on 3. So I've got website and speaking, this one, digital products, mentoring and advisory, and tech and sales. If you want to hit a new page, it will tell you need to upgrade, which is fine for me next month, right? But again, I don't want to really confuse people. Okay. Now, this is tech and sales, isn't it? Right. So tech and sales haven't optimized well a little bit. I'm going to show you how it works, right? So you saw that really quick, so freaking confusing. They've probably got an academy somewhere, but I didn't watch it. So we're going to go back. Links is important. So number one, I want to show you another thing. When I spoke to Janet, she signed up as an affiliate, and I said to her, oh, you know what? You probably want to make sure that when you do links, you hit this, you hit the toggle block. I'll show you. And she went, I knew it would be confusing because I guess what I did when I add a block, I thought, oh, I need to add a block of links for every new thing. No, each block has its own thing, which they really need to make clear. So at the beginning, I had to go back and delete. So I had loads of different blocks. So it was just way too confusing. What I had said to Janet, which was so important, is, oh, and by the way, another thing that I just love, you can favorite these. You can animate the links, right? So I'm going to animate this. Shaky. I just love the thing. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing tool. You can schedule it. It doesn't even have to show right now. You can schedule your link to a launch way down the line and come back. Can you believe that? Anyway. And then you can redirect it if you got Pro. But hey, listen, I'm happy for what's free right now. And you can add a live countdown to when your link becomes clickable. Are you kidding me? I mean, listen, I've got some links. I don't want them there right now, but I want them all done. Can you believe it? Anyway, then the most important thing, which some people don't realize, which I absolutely love, which is just so important, is making sure that this person opens into another tab, because this place, people can get lost, right? And that means that they're not going to stay on your website. And that's not what we want. So remember when I spoke about settings and subtitles? I love that. I'm going to come back to optimize that. You've got the layout, so you can have collapsed like this, which I don't like. The whole point is so they see it, right? But the subtitle is a strategy for me. You can do that on the back end. I tend to just go into here, right? So my subtitle is going to become learn how to. Remember, I've got my chat GPT. So I will tell it that there's a subtitle, a title box, and what my aim is. Yeah, I want to optimize my links. I want people to purchase. I want people to buy, whatever your goal is. And yeah, so you animate the link, which I like doing. I wouldn't do that for all of them. So I might come back to this one. Can you just see this? I love the thing. I'm so sorry. But yeah, this allows you to add all of these links. Now, remember I spoke about just dragging and dropping. It's really cool. So if I've got an event on a day, I'm going to put this up here. Make sure that it's first. And that, remember what I spoke about. So I did do this here. I didn't toggle this. And then what you might do is book as a day consultant. book a cost-effective way of having a consultant in your business for business growth, whatever. But that's how I'm optimizing these. Yeah. So remember, I spoke about being a spider funnel. A spider funnel to me is an amazing way to like really maximize your profit. It also works on middle of funnel profit, meaning that there's an ascension. You know, you want people to binge and booze on your content while they have a problem and a pain, and come out revived with the solution at the end. If you're at that place of content, I've been consulting for 26 years. I've been working in the online business for like, well, it's about 15 years, but really having all my products 9. So that's what you want to do, right? So that's just tech. So when I take them to programs, I'm taking the strategy again. Remember, it keeps saving. So at the beginning, I was looking for someone like, oh my God, how do I save this? I don't want to lose it, but it saves it. Header, right? Remember, this is the other bit when I spoke to you about all these freaking things they didn't tell me. So annoying. As I dug deeper, I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. So you get to change, you know, the branding through here. I kind of had to work on whether I wanted like a back end, a kind of shadow at the back. Like I keep saying it, and I said to myself, don't overthink it. Get stuck in. You can see here, this is where I had to optimize the banner. I had another one before, change the appearance, just like looked at what these things may be. Yeah, don't overthink it. But this is the most important bit I'm going to tell you. Jesus, what did they tell me? Edit social icons is so freaking hidden, but one of the most important things for the platform, because you want people to click. So I'm seeing it. People have been clicking it, man. Who's been clicking? Whoa. Wow. I have not, but obviously I've just set these up. The thing for me is the vast amount of platforms that you can add. It's ridiculous, right? You can allow people to send you SMSs. Like, what? So I haven't done that one yet, but I'm just showing you. Kick. I don't use all these platforms, but I really think it's really good. I mean, you've got Snapchat. This is about keeping people like I think I might do a Patreon, you know, I'm going to do one. But anyway, I've never had someone like you can get someone to take you to your Amazon store, like, which is phenomenal if you're a publisher. WhatsApp. I hadn't even seen WhatsApp. I've got a business WhatsApp. I'm thinking that if WhatsApp is there and it's a particular group, so I'm just going through this now. Anyway, I'll go back to it. I did do Apple. If you're Apple Music and a singer, I mean, there's a use case for a lot of it, but it's whether you're using the platform and it becomes overbearing. So I have got some GitHubs. I'm going to do GitHub because I am working in tech. It allows me to share source code and, you know, all of that good stuff. If you're an actor, if you're a publisher, you know, it's amazing. Honestly, just amazing. If you've got an app, you know, Google Play. So as you can see, these are the ones that I did. And again, you got your profile pic. Now, this is where I spoke about it using its own AI to provide recommendations. So that header text and things like that, it came up with, not me. So if you do opt for that, it will do that. Yeah. So that's just the strategy behind your bio design. Websites obviously is if you have a new website. I'm like, listen, I'm full enough on what I've got, so I'm sticking to that. So I'm going to take you just back to a little bit on the homepage, and then I think that's a wrap up for this bit because it's a lot. That's a lot. Look, I can't even get back to it now. 1 second, got to go to home, and then no, it's not even home. Honestly, I get lost in it myself. It's a lot. It is link in bio. I'm confusing it in that as well now. It's a lot. There's so much. And I think at the beginning, that's what I did. I was trying to work my way around it. It looks like it's refreshing. Just bear with me. I didn't know where to start. So that's why I'm saying how to build your strategy for it. It is having a bit of a meltdown, so just bear with me while I reset it. Janet, are you still with me? No, it might be refreshing.
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah, poor thing. It's probably had enough. I have been taking it. So, Janet, you just 3 minutes on how have you been able to keep up? What's been going on? What you doing with it so far?
So yes, like I said, clicking through, getting the background, and like it's going through the header, the classic links, just taking it step by step, as you said, taking time to explore.
Yeah.
Also, I love the way in which you have utilized the space. So that's with the links, and also the different blocks as well.
Yeah, the blocks are so important. Honestly, like really take time to think about it. Now, also the about me as well. So as you can see, it will generate it with AI for you. It will help you. For me, I wanted to make sure I didn't have any repeat sections. Then I wanted to break it down. I will come back and keep optimizing this over the month. No. So you want to build your strategy out just for your bio. Might cut out there. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you get it, or do you get it, or I know the internet? It feels like it cut out. It's had to do a lot of processing.
Like you said, so like you said, allowing it to using AI, allowing it to assist you to do the bio. But yeah,
So
I think,
for instance, also here as well, if you can see, this is without the transparent background, and actually on this page it might actually look better. Because look, with the transparent background, this is what it looks like. What do you think? So you just have to work with what you're doing. So again, it's just down to preference, really. So as you can see, going back to this one, this is website and speaking. I'm keeping this one very simple. So remember what I said. I want you to remember this, right? At the beginning, I added a block for every time I had a link. So also for you to understand, this is something even deeper. We forgot about this. I think I'm going to do another video on product listings, and then I'll do some more on the every section. But the block for products is affiliate products, like sell products from your favorite brands, and you have to apply. So you can see I've applied for that, right?
yeah, I can see that.
Trying to get out of it. So that's brilliant. And I'll come back. So you can do images and music, but what we did for that was links, right? And also, let me just show you something else, because that's also a lie. So sell products, right? It also allows you to do digital products, remember? So you can do it as carousel, story, like this. Let's go for text to the left. Now, can you see you can add products on that page here, right? This, remember, is what I said is a strategy for website speaking and podcasts, right? So it can be my products, yeah? So you're just going to literally click on it, which is just amazing. So I'm going to add that one, right? That is now here. So I've got website speaking, and then at the bottom, you see the product I just added. But remember again what I said, you can remove it from link in bio. So remember when I was on the product page and it said add to link in bio? That's why it's here. So remember, you want to add just a quick description and a little bit on the button text, yeah? These things I haven't optimized yet. It can also generate a social post for you. I haven't done that bit yet. And yeah, you can see here it's got digital products and then add product. Again, add product. Remember, it can be an appointment, a course. I haven't done a course yet. Membership at Pro, a digital product, or something from the bottom. Did you get that, Jan? You can come back to the video if you haven't. But remember when you're adding products, there's a few ways around it. You can go back and you can just delete the block, right? So this is digital products. Remember that was on links. I was on links. It is just, there's just so much depth to it, honestly. So if you remember, I was talking about a strategy behind it. When someone comes onto this, they may hear something, may say, and I'm technical, so I know. I'm like, what is innovation and R&D? And so it explains a little bit, and that's what the strategy is for me. It's just making sure that people understand that, okay, it's right. It's helpful to use animation. Maybe if it's a package that you're focusing on, it's helpful to do or have a subtitle, and also equally is clear space. So that's why for mentoring and consulting, I've left it clear, but it could be a bit explanatory, right? Blog, podcast, I feel like these are self-explanatory, so I've just left them as that. So you just want to build a strategy around those things. Now, I've added shop my products there because I just think it's nice to kind of add the opportunity. I'd also do anything that's related like mentoring or coaching here. So again, you build your own strategy. Remember what I said about these things. You can change your layouts, can have them in the middle, can have them to the left, text alignment. I mean, does that look nicer? Yeah. Anyway, do what suits you. You can have an image grid. I don't particularly like that because remember that logo that you had at the back, that means that people have to look at everything, whereas I quite like it like this. So anyway, then choose your settings, and this is what it will be. Remember, I spoke about this being the subtitle thing at the front that you're doing here. Take some time. For me, this can be a daily thing. Sales in your business should be happening daily, and this is a daily store. I had spoken to a daily store for me. I've spoken to some of my colleagues and I was like, I just need to find someone who can actually just do listings for me. So Janet recommended, she's like, Kat, you need to do the run through. This is great. This allows you to then give smaller recordings to a team member so that they can go in and optimize this as it's ongoing. So I hope that's helpful. Again, manage your pages. This is how I did it. If you want to rename it, you literally just go rename. If you're building something, you can hide it from navigation. You can copy just one of the pages and you can open them into a new tab. So I'm probably not even going into the depths of it, but I'm certainly looking at the depths of what I've done and what's been helpful. Jan, over to you for kind of like a final run through. And I think we're kind of done.
Yeah, like I said, when you spoke to me earlier about this, it blew my mind because, as you said, I've got different things in different places. This brings everything together. And also, I am blown away with what you can get, like I said, with the email, with the affiliate, with everything that comes together under one, in one place. It's really seamless and it really does. It's excellent. So thank you. Thank you for speaking to me about it and suggesting it. It's brilliant. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, so that is it, and I will be coming back to the next run through. That's it for today. It's been so helpful just having an actual live use case other than your examples. Is there any other elements that you're not unsure about before you go ahead and build your own store?
No, everything that you shown me, the fundamentals, the basics have been great. And also those little things that you wouldn't know about toggling and opening a new window, those things are priceless. So thank you. Yeah, that's been brilliant.
You're very welcome. Okay, I'll see you on the other side, and of course get to share your store as well. So if you would like to learn a little bit more about building an actual digital strategy, do let me know. Comments will be in the description, and I will see you on the other side.